Hello, my beauties. All right, I think I am live. Hi, it's Coach Viv, and I'm really happy to be here. A little bit behind. I was wearing a beautiful sort of deep red, and then I went to splash my face, and I got that wet, and I was like, that looks really bad. That looked bad on camera. So then I had to go get the hot pink. So say hello in the chat. Welcome if you are going to be watching this on the replay. Those of you who are here live, yes, I'm live right now. So I'm really happy that you're here. So go ahead and say hi in the chat. And if you're here early, that's nice because we can actually have a little bit more of an interaction. I might pull some cards as well. And it's been a while. I want to say maybe just a month. I think I did a quick live about 4 weeks ago. So yeah, who's here with me? Say hi. And again, if you're going to be watching in the replay, if it's not Sunday when you're watching this, then here comes some folks. Yeah, welcome. So yeah, I'm a little bit late, like I said, getting ready, getting my lighting, getting it all together. How are you guys? Let's see who's here. I'm going to put you up on screen so you get some limelight. Grow and invest in real estate. Hello. And let's see who else is here. We'll rotate through some folks. Hi, Vintage Sims. Good to see you. Oh, and yes, glass half full. How's your creative stuff going, glass half full? How's it going? Yes. I have been putting out videos, you guys, and I want to just say this early on. Hold on. Let me go to another tab. I put out a video Thursday called, the thumbnail says Brain and Body Balance Meditation. Guys, check that out. If you're here, you probably did check it out because you are a regular. 150 people have watched it already, but it's a really good meditation. I'm looking at it right now. Has a woman's face and then some flowers. And like a little balancing thing. And it was called Brain Body Balance. Try that meditation. It's really, really good. I did it for a corporate group that I teach meditation to, and then I saved it so I could share it with you guys. Okay. It's about also balancing the masculine and the feminine. And so I renamed it. So it's basically about balancing the left and right hemispheres of the brain and the body. And that creates a balance in our masculine and feminine. So do check it out. So welcome if you are here live. I will be pulling cards. In fact, I might start with that just because it's nice that you guys are here early. So let me just clean my singing bowl here. I'm gonna hit this. Of course, everything is purple and hot pink. Let's do that again. We'll do 2 more times. Take a deep breath in. Close your eyes and exhale through your mouth. Slow breath out. 1 more time. Good. So yeah, one thing that you might not have, I cut my hair off, and can I just say, the barber, first I cut it short myself. I just chopped it off. As many of you know, especially with women, when we go through a lot of changes and we're starting a new phase, right? We often will cut our hair. Like, I've always noticed that. And then my friend who's a shaman, so I like to say my shaman because it sounds kind of fancy. She's not my shaman, but anyway, my shaman, she says, you should, cut your hair. And I already had felt that. So really quick update. Some of you know that my dear friend had passed away. And so as part of that process, I was working with my shaman friend. And by the way, I'm going to interview her on this channel. She's really, really good, you guys. I would not bring her on if she were not. I had one other woman who is a shaman as well, about 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago, and she's wonderful. And this woman is also really amazing. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to interview her. She's really dedicated to healing, working basically Yeah, I mean, shamanism, working with spirit, working with ancestors, working with almost like the unseen world is the best way to describe it. Let me know if you guys are interested in shamanism at all. But so she will be on. But so she said to me, cut your hair. And I was like, I was feeling that I should cut my hair. And then it was like about timing, because the idea of shedding, for those of you who've been through any sort of trauma, grief, a divorce, it can be really helpful to shed that hair that grew during that time. Okay. Let me know in the chat what you think about this. And again, it could be grief from someone passing. Like in my case, I just knew I wanted to cut my hair. I could feel it. And my shaman confirmed it. So, and I'm probably going to grow it back, but I was not happy with the barber because this was a little while ago already, but this guy did not know what he was doing. It was really funny. Like, we can talk about cutting like my texture hair. He just didn't then even it out. And I'm from New York City, folks. And, we have some barbers there that are just like, like AI barbers. Okay. They're just flawless. And this dude didn't really know what he was doing. So I came home and my hair was all like uneven. And then I'm trying to even it out. Okay. Give me a yes if that has ever happened to you, where you've gone in just, whether long hair, short hair, bad haircut. I'm sure that's happened to you. So that was slightly traumatic because I was like, oh, I messed up my hair. So what are we? Yes. Hi, Glass Half Full. I'm going to put you up on screen. And Sibling Productions, hi as well. Great to see you. Glass Half Full says, I'm finding a creative outlet through a new career in instructional design. It's not the direction I thought I'd be going in, but it will give me financial freedom I so desire. Right, Glass Half Full. And you know what? It doesn't mean you can't do your other, I think it was writing, that you can still, once we have financial freedom, guys, I do see that. Once we have some financial freedom, we have a little bit of stress off of us, and then we can do the creative. So I'm really glad you said that, because that just gives me a lead in to share that. Many of us are creatives and we feel like we can't make money through our creativity, but maybe you can make money doing something else, ease your mind, get your sense of peace, and then you can do your creative outlet. So yes, that's fantastic. Instructional design, Sharonized makeup. Hello. How are you, Sharonized? And Sibling Productions. Hello, hello, hello. Nice. I don't remember your name. So if you are new, welcome, 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 welcome. And yes, Christine with the real estate. Yes, welcome as well. So what I wanted to, this should show up already in the chat, you guys. I wanted to talk about if you are having difficulty manifesting. So who is having any difficulty manifesting? Give me a yes in the chat right now if you are having any difficulty manifesting. I know some of you have to, because otherwise we'd be living in perfect bliss. So there has to be something you want to manifest that has been difficult or challenging for you. So share that in the chat, because that's what I want to talk about a little bit. And I want to give you just some hints, and I'll do some cards as well. Oh, yeah, glass half full? Yes. When I was younger, I thought I could pull off short hair better, but I don't now. I think, I like the silver in the front. I do like that. And maybe I should just get some contact lenses. As my friend who passed always was like, you have such beautiful eyes. You've got to get contact lenses. And I was like, I had them for a while. And because I have astigmatism, just random things, I never did it. But he was always like, you really should get contact lenses. Because he was a fashion designer, guys, and really into, beauty. And that was his whole thing. So he's like, I don't know, I need you to ditch those glasses. So I'm like, I don't really care. So I'm going to pull some cards too while we talk, because this is just a community chat. I wanted to reconnect with you guys. So thank you, Glass Half Full, for saying you love my hair. I appreciate that. Let's see what Sibling Productions. So yeah, I'm going to pull some cards, and I'll sprinkle in some little tips on manifesting. Okay. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know. I got to get new glasses, actually. These glasses, you guys, my glasses are always like filthy. I don't know. It's like I'm in a wind tunnel. Seriously. I did just go to the eye doctor, And things were good. My eye pressure was good. I know this might be too much information, but some of you, if you're in your 50s and up, you know, and this is also really, I'm going to do more health on this channel, just so you guys know. I'm going to be focusing a lot more on health as well as spirituality, because with the friend passing, I'm seeing, you know, and he was just 65. And I say just, but come on, look at all these stars. Okay, so I'm going to mix in the mundane and the spiritual, okay? Look at all these stars. I'm not even going to name their names now because I don't want to date when I made the video, but you see so many people, whether it's the jab or not the jab, you know, as many conspiracy theorists say. I want to say, like with my friend, I did consider that. I was like, wow, was this the vaccine? But as I truly sat with their whole health history, and I invite you to do the same with when you read some of this stuff, this dear friend who passed had the preliminary illness way before, and then we just thought everything was okay. He actually had something very rare, but he had an initial flare up early. So anyway, that's making me care about your health, and I don't even know you, but I care about your health. And I just think that we're here for a purpose. And if our health isn't good, that is really hard. Okay. So, guys, I am going to be talking more about health. I hope that's okay with you. Holistic health, how you can maintain your health. And on that note, before I pull some cards, so let me know if you want me to pull a card. I am promoting some herbs that I use, and this is why I have the bottle. So if you're having difficulty manifesting, or you're coming off of some trauma like a divorce, anything, just life, you guys. I really recommend this from Banyan Botanicals. It's called Adrenal Nourish. I've mentioned it before, and I will put the link. It should already be in the chat because I do promote this herb. I use it, and I'm going to read you just a little bit about what it does, but I have felt it. Now I'm very sensitive. So literally within about 3 days of taking this, I feel calmer and my energy feels more balanced. Okay. So this Adrenal Nourish, as you know, your adrenals sit on top of your kidneys, and I'm sure you guys have heard of adrenal burnout. Like that's a real thing. I even was like, I don't think I have adrenal burnout, but you know, as I researched more and sat with it more, I'm like, you know, I'm sure you do, because I push myself very hard. We all we're working really, really hard, and there's a lot of stress. Okay, so I really recommend this particular product, and I will put a link that is my affiliate link, and that supports the channel. Try this. What I like is it has ashwagandha, but it has other herbs. Like I always tell you guys, it's not as good to take a single herb. We in the West want to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to take this, or I'm just going to tell, oh yeah, I heard about turmeric. So I'm just going to, you know, turmeric, because it's a spice, is actually different. But a lot of these herbs are better in a blend. So I'm just going to read you what this has. It has ashwagandha, which is a tonic herb. It's got velvet bean seed. Some of this you wouldn't have heard of because it's like Ayurvedic. But it's got eleuthero. Eleuthero is a pseudo ginseng. Okay. Eleuthero centicoccus. I have taken this, I've been given this by my Chinese herbalist as well in his own formula. Eleuthero is not as heating and as stimulating as regular ginseng. It's more of a tonic. So I really recommend that. And it's got tulsi, holy basil, which some of you might have heard of. It's got a little ginger, because ginger helps make the herbs be absorbed. And it's got licorice, which also helps herbs to be absorbed. So I really recommend this. If you're going to try it, please use my link, and the link might be in the chat already. And the other herb I'll recommend, and then I'll do some readings as well, is this kidney formula. Now, the kidneys, you know, we might think the heart, of course, is vital, but it's the kidneys that have to do very much with your longevity, you guys. So this is another one, the kidney formula, that you might want to try if any of you have kidney stones. Okay. And again, as we get older, often we have kidney stones and we don't even know it. In fact, really briefly, guys, the reason I'm even caring about that was I do yoga. As you guys know, I do some yoga videos on the channel, but I do yoga pretty regularly, and I would sweat and I was not drinking enough water. Also, highly recommend drinking lemon water, and it tastes good. Drink lemon or lime water. It helps to break down the most common type of kidney stone. So you can have them and they're harmless. But what happened to me, as some of you might know, is during COVID, I was sedentary like everybody else. I gained some weight, right? I still haven't lost all of it, but then I suddenly take it upon myself, guys, to do Ashtanga yoga, like power yoga, right? Which is like jumping and you jump back and you do push up and you go up and crazy, crazy, very energetic. Did that, child. The next day I had some symptoms. Then I literally had a kidney stone that what happens is it gets caught in the urethra. And apparently I had them and they'll just sit and they won't cause a problem unless you do something very active. And so that's how I discovered I had them. I no longer have them. And no new ones have recurred because I'm drinking more water. And that's why I'm telling you, drink your water and drink it with lemon or lime, the citric, that helps to break it down. And I think vinegar also functions the same way. And, you might want to try, check with your doctor, but you might want to try the kidney formula. Okay. So who would like a reading? And I'm just going to read what you wrote. So again, trust me, drink the best quality water that you can, guys. If you can afford a good water filter, do not hesitate. It's worth it. You're worth it. Okay. I don't want to do like water filter reviews because that's kind of boring, but I'm just telling you, go get a good water filter. Your body it's a huge percentage water. And so if the quality of your water is going to be very important, and remember to drink enough and to drink and to eat water rich foods. Okay. Again, as a yogi, I was exercising, I was sweating. I didn't feel thirsty. Apparently, you can't always go by your thirst. Okay. And I didn't take it seriously. And that is literally how this developed over some time. So as I said, I've been fine since it was taken care of. Nothing new has recurred because I'm really watching that in terms of keeping my kidneys healthy. So yeah, super important. Yes, yes. Now Sharon eyes, now you know how I'm doing because I've given my whole health history. But again, I'm sharing it not because I really want to tell you, but because I want you to realize how serious it is. Like I said, I always test very healthy in everything. And so it was a surprise to me. I was like, kidney stones, and they're so painful. I will tell you, I would not wish it on my enemy. Many of you may have heard, they say that kidney stones are more painful than giving birth, more painful than pushing out a baby. Okay. It was excruciating, you guys. So I don't want that for you. Watch your water intake and drink the best water that you can. All right. So who would like a card? And it should be about something you're having trouble manifesting. So the first thing is we've got to take care of our health. That's why I'm telling you about these herbs. Okay. Because I use them and I thought I might as well promote them because I'm already using them. Yes, hi, glass half full. Sure, I will do a card for you. Yes, aren't we all trying to manifest happiness? Thank you for saying that. I feel like you know what? Again, that is really deep. Let's just drop in together. When I read that, something in me shifted. This manifesting happiness. I don't think we have to manifest happiness, really. It is said that our true nature is bliss beyond happiness, not just happiness, like, like I'm happy, but like bliss. So this is our true nature. So I'm just going to put that out to you. I'm also going to be putting more spiritual. Hi, Bevelyn. Nice to see you. I am going to be putting out more spiritual. I'm really going to step into my seat as a spiritual teacher. So glass half full, I'm pulling a card and they say, I'm trying to manifest happiness. And my response is, we are actually bliss. If we can get back to our true center, we will feel that. Okay. So I'm going to pull a card though, and I'm going to pull from the Osho deck, which is the crazy, wild wisdom deck, Zen deck. Osho was like a crazy wisdom teacher, very controversial. I just want to say some of his followers went too far, but I don't actually think that was Osho. He was sort of in the center and all this shenanigans was going on around him. but let's pull from this wisdom deck here. Okay, wow. You got Thunderbolt and I pulled it reverse. Glass half full. There's something you really need. Because I pulled it reversed, I'm going to say you need to shake things up. And I sense that as well, just intuitively. You've been on the channel for some time, and I know you've been working to manifest different things. So when I pulled this card, it was like this. So I would say either it means you've been through a huge shakeup, right? And here, look at the card, right? People are like falling. This is the Tower card, you guys who do tarot. So you see the figure, there's a figure meditating, peaceful, and yet there are these figures like struck by lightning. Like don't let it scare you. It's this idea that we really need to shake up our beliefs. It can be an outside thunderbolt that will come along if we don't. It can be something like a job loss or like a health challenge. But you got this reverse. So I feel like it's saying shake up your beliefs, shake up your habits, your thought process. It's like almost like take your brain and kind of go, okay. I don't know if that made sense. Glass half full. I'm going to pull a tarot card too, as well as the Osho. So yeah, let me know if that makes sense for you. So first, if you're having trouble manifesting, we've got to take control of our health. Those herbs I mentioned would help. And then the next thing I want to talk about a little bit is sleep as I continue to shuffle. So I'm weaving in a whole bunch of stuff together, but we've got to get our sleep together. So again, as I'm dealing with what's happened recently for me, I'm staying up till 2, till 3. And I know that's not good, especially if you're a sensitive person. If you're watching my channel, you probably are a highly sensitive person. Okay. Also, I just got that book, so I may review that. Here it is. I just got the book, The Highly Sensitive Person. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, right? HSP, like they put that on the map. So you might be an HSP. So you need sleep. Okay. You need sleep more than other people. And especially if you're going through grief, trauma, divorce, breakup, watch your sleep. So what did I do? I fought with myself and I said, you know what? I don't like how I feel. When I wake up, I'm then sleeping till like 9:30 and I'm still a little groggy because I'm not getting full sleep. I've done different practices to help reset myself back. So one quick practice that you can do, ladies and gents might be here. The gentleman, divine masculine might be lurking. One thing you can do to help you with sleep is let light get into your eyes from the outside before noon. So that morning light literally has certain color rays. And again, yoga says this, the ancient ones knew this. So if you can even step outside early in the morning when the sun's rays are like before noon, that light in your eyes will help reset your sleep. And again, if you can get out around sunset. I'm going to be going into more detail with this in videos, in longer, more precise videos, but these are things you can do. Oh, so glass half full, who got the Thunderbolt card, says, I have been shaking things up a lot. Great. So that's what it can also, so because it was reversed, it can mean that you've been through it, right? Because it's like, it's not like, okay, it's going to happen, it's happening. It's like you've been through or you haven't. So if you say you have, then yes, that you're still in that process. Let's pull one more card on this idea of manifesting happiness. Another card. Wow. Okay. And again, this resonates with me. What I know of you, this is the card of needing to narrow it down and focus on, notice the one with the cloth over. That's supposed to represent your true self, So there's a sense, this is the 7 of Cups card. It is about narrowing down what you do. There's so much. You can see the clouds and there's different fantasy, there's riches, there's things that might be temptations, there's like a little snake, there's going for public acclaim, but this person at the center represents going for your true self. So glass half full, in terms of seeking happiness, I would say really stay on that path of what do you really want to do, because that seems to be a major issue, an issue for you, how to get to do what you really want to do creatively. Okay. Oh, awesome. Language learning. Yes. What language are you learning? And tell me about travel. And other folks, share in the chat. What are you up to? What are you up to? Career change, divorce. Yes, yes. Hello, MC Colston. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes. So watch the beginning. If you didn't, I was recommending some herbs and I was just talking about sleep. Reset your sleep. Ideally, you should be in bed by 10. I'll be really honest with you guys. Sometimes I'm tired because of what's been happening. And I'll be like, wow, I could go to bed at like 8, because I'm self-employed. And then I'm like, that would feel so luxurious. But then part of me is like, 8 o'clock, that's ridiculous. Who goes to bed at 8 o'clock? A friend of mine, her dad, who was a really wonderful man, I've kind of lost touch with her, really, really nice family. He had to be in bed by like 8:30, and they would laugh at him, and we would be hanging out when I visited them, and everybody's up and watching the big screen TV and talking, and he's like, I gotta go to bed. But he built a very stable career, really root chakra grounded man, and he had to be in bed by just as it was getting dark. He was ready. His body was ready for sleep. I believe he also got up really early though. So my point is, if you're having trouble manifesting, which is the theme of this, and I'm pulling cards around folks about that, work on your sleep, getting your sleep cycle. It does not work. It does not work to go to bed at 3 and 2. It's going to affect your health. Okay. And the first thing I also mentioned was the water. So yes, glass half full says yes, narrowing it down. Yeah. And this was upright. So this is, this is something you need to focus on. Okay. It's gonna shift you into that happiness that you're seeking. It's like the shiny object syndrome. You're seeing so many things, and we're all presented, right, with social media. We see all these people claiming they're having this wonderful life. A lot of it, as we know more and more, is bullshit. A lot of it, or it's their life. You don't want their life. You don't want to lay on a beach. I'm just not a beach laying person. But you'll start thinking, I don't know, wow, look at them. And I like beaches, and I hope to show you me on a beach, but it's not like a laying on the beach with my manicured feet in a picture to share with you. It's just not going to be my thing. So don't let other people's visions of their ideal life influence you. Okay. So MZ, I hope that was helpful. So we've talked a little bit about get the best water filter you can, guys. It really, really is important. Again, because as I said, going back to the kidneys in traditional Chinese medicine, which is what I did, the type of massage I did, the kidneys are your sexual energy and the length of your life, literally, like they are the batteries. And so the water quality really affects the health of the kidneys. All right. Also, the emotion that affects your kidneys is fear. And right now, there's so much fear. I just want to address that. Right. It's one thing, maybe some of our ancestors, of course, they went through wars, but even go back to World War II, still, you knew it was a war. You knew it had to end at some time. Maybe you knew you might die in the war, but you didn't think the whole world would necessarily end. But now with this idea of global warming and famine and mass migration, the planet in peril, think about that. None of our ancestors would have ever, whatever your race or ethnicity, none of us, our ancestors wouldn't have had that as a real visceral fear. Now it might be the fear of their village being conquered, but not the whole world. Of course, they probably didn't even really have a conception of the whole world necessarily, but you get what I'm saying. Yes, very stretched thin. So yeah, I'm really talking about self-care. I'm at the beginning of learning manifestation. Great, 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 great. So I do want to share part of the reason I'm focused on this, and who else would like a card drawn. Grow and invest. I'm going to pull okay. MZ. Hi, MZ. Yes, I'll pull a card. I am going to be leading a group. I have done it before, but again, since you guys know that my friend was sick for almost a full year, and so I haven't done any programs. I literally just have not been doing my work. So what I want to do is a group that I ran that I called the 4M, Money Mindset Magic. I love it. Money and woo woo. Okay. So if any of you are interested in that, I'm going to put the link below this video, but I'm going to be starting that. It's group coaching around whatever you're manifesting, whatever you're manifesting. I think the first time I did it, I had 6 people. I will run it as long as I have like 3 or 4 people, just be a small group. I would say I would go up to maybe 10 people. And what it is that I support you with spiritual practices. I'm going to teach you specific spiritual practices, and I can target it for you because it'll be a small group. And we're going to be together working. It's going to be like a co-working space. Okay. The first time I did it, I had a woman who was an exotic dancer who got so much out of it. She's thriving right now. I had a woman who was an actress, managed to get herself to New York. She was very, very scared to do that. To get into an acting school, just to get over hurdles. I'm trying to think. I had another woman who was in academia, who was, I think she was trying to get another job. I had one woman who was starting her drop shipping business. So like, right, all the way from the exotic dancer to the academic, we're in the same group, and it was really beautiful. So if you're interested at all, do get in touch with me. I'll put a link below this video. And look at what's at the bottom of the deck. This is the Fool card. The Fool card is about starting over, you guys. Being like that, being like a child, like la da 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 da, and he's about to walk off a cliff. But the idea is he's not going to die. It's this idea of just like crazy wisdom, like I'm doing it. People are going to laugh, but I don't care. I'm innocent. My heart is open, and I have faith, and I trust. So that's interesting that was at the bottom of the deck. So I would love for some of you. Yeah, I will definitely let you know. Let me put the easiest for me to trying to think which email I can put. But let me pull the card for MZ Colston. Okay. And then yes. So I feel that a group of you would really enjoy, because you're going to manifest whatever it is that you're wanting to bring in. We might do mantras. Okay, MZ, you got, some short-term conflict is ending. So the card, I felt like I was supposed to flip it. So this is the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands just represents conflict or difficulty. So if someone were starting a business and they pull this just tells me they're going to have some initial little difficulty, but it's nothing serious. The meaning of this card, they always say, is, well, there's nobody bloodied, nobody's smashed in the head, nobody is shot, okay, in a mass shooting. Please don't start me on what's happening in our country. So this card is a short-term difficulty, and you got it reversed. So MZ, are you going through something? So because it's reversed, I'm going to say that it's going to end soon, or it just has ended, I would say, without pulling more cards on it. So whatever you're going through, it's short-lived, and it should end very soon if it hasn't ended already. But it could be a difference of opinion with a family member, a boss, just some sort of conflict, but it's not a serious conflict. Okay. So MZ, tell me how that resonates with you. And yeah. Okay, I will pull for you as well, Grow and Invest. But I'm going to do one more for MZ as a regular on the channel. Those of you watching in the replay, I am going to talk a little bit more about difficulty manifesting. If you're watching in the replay and you can't get one card even pulled to kind of see what the problem is, then do come for a reading. My website is intheflowofmagic.com, and I'm going to put it on the screen in 1 second. Let me see. There it is. There it is. All right, for MZ, this 5 of Wands, I want to see what else is happening for you. You said you'd like a card. I'm going to pull one more. Yeah. Oh, patience. Okay. So something is going on for you, because can everyone see how these 2 cards relate? There, I said, whoops, I'm dyslexic. With this one, There's some difficulty they've been having, some conflict. It's soon to end. It's a short-lived one anyway. But then the next card is you need to be patient. You need to be patient. So my sense is there's something, yeah, that you're wanting to happen, and you're being told just be patient about it. It's not that it won't happen. So let me go back and see. I want to see your comment. So MZ, you better still be with me. Does that resonate, MZ? It could be inner conflict. It absolutely could be inner conflict. Yes. Actually, now that you say that, when a card is reversed, it can also mean an inner manifestation of that. Yes. Biddy Tarot, who's very famous in the tarot world, she reads upside down cards that way. So it can be an inner conflict. Yes. And I did not say that. It could be an inner conflict. And then, but in either case, patience, patience. Like a pregnant woman, you don't, you can't rush that. There's a time, right? Like the moon, it has to go through all these phases before it can manifest. So yes, it can be inner conflict, especially because the card was reversed. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to do grow and invest. Okay. Manifestation for money for the deal I have under contract. Now, under contract is good, right? I know still things can happen. I'll just pull a card for that. I think best for that is actually going to be the Osho deck. Okay, so I'm going to pull the Osho deck. I'm going to shuffle, and then vintage. Yes. Trying to manifest my artistic career growing. Okay, that's vintage. Sure, vintage. Hang on, I'll definitely pull for you. Glass half full. Yeah, I hear you're stretched very thin right now, so you're not able to maybe do your own creative stuff because you're in doing this other field. Yeah, I'm at the beginning of learning manifestation. So for manifestation, I also highly recommend a vision board. Again, if you're having trouble manifesting, which is the overall theme of this video, of this live, get your health together. That's what I want to drive home, because it takes a certain amount of power, guys, to manifest. It does. It takes energy to manifest. And so, like, as I've been, working through this grief and this stress of the last few months, my manifestation has been low. Okay. So I don't want you to beat yourself up if you feel something isn't manifesting for you. What I'm saying to you is ask yourself, how is my health? So I'm saying, take a step back. And some of you actually give me praise for that, because some folks will just be like, oh, you'll do this in 15 minutes. If you do this practice, you'll have it tomorrow. Those people are just trying to get views on their videos. Okay. When you make a video with some crazy title, you will get hundreds of thousands of views. On the other hand, I'm telling you the truth. If your health is not great, it's harder to manifest. So get your health together. That is my main point with this video. Okay. Yes. So for grow and invest in real estate, I'm going to pull the Osho deck for you about your current deal, the current deal you're working on. Current deal. Okay. Huh. I don't know what this means, to be honest with you, because it says the Lovers. The Lovers card. Now, the Lovers in tarot often has to do with a choice, as well. Like, so it's interesting. I mean, is it a married couple? I don't know, because that's an odd card to do with a real estate reading. But you'll tell me. The Lovers card is very much about staying in a place of love. And Osho warns us that his take on it is that just sex is not love. It's one level, but love is a higher level. Like, look at the sacred geometry, you guys, and see the stars in the hair. The idea is to take love to a spiritual level. So grow and invest. Tell me, how does this resonate with you? This idea of the Lovers card. So duality, it could be a pair of people. It could be saying there is something about the people in the contract. It could be also you're in relationship, and that may have an impact on it. But there's definitely something about relationship and couples, I would say, with this card. So that is really interesting, because it doesn't overtly have anything to do with real estate, but there's definitely something about two people. And two people who I would say are partners, at least, if not married. So yeah, grow and invest. Does that resonate with you? And then vintage, I'll come up to you next. Wow. Oh, wow. Let's see. This resignation more with my marriage. Mm, this resignation? Tell me, wait, what do you mean by this resignation? Because it's so short. I'm not quite sure I'm getting. Do you mean like somebody did really resign or you're feeling resignation? Clarify that. But yeah, there's definitely an issue with your question having to do with intimate relationship and partnership, having to do with your work. And you guys, it's not separate. Sometimes I do have people come to me for a reading, and I always share this with you guys. They'll be conflicted. Oh, well, I have a question about this, and it's usually personal. Oh, but I have a question about this, and it's work. And I'm like, you know what? Pick one question. They're going to intertwine, and often the answer kind of weaves everything together. So our personal life and our personal energy very much weaves into all of our lives. So yeah. Mm-hmm. That resonated more about your marriage. Okay, yeah. So I would focus on that. That's maybe where your energy needs to be. Because that's also my point. Sometimes people will come to me with a question, and that's not really the question, if that makes sense. So they may ask about, something with a career, and then all the cards are about love. For example, this happens quite a bit. And then I'm like, well, I know we're getting all these relationship cards. And then the person admits that, in fact, something really important is going on with their relationship, right? But that wasn't the focus of the reading. But Spirit is like, well, it actually is what you need to be aware of. Okay, so I always find that fascinating. So yes, there's something I would say. This card is a beautiful card about really giving your all in terms of love, looking at the best in that person, trying to find the beauty in them, and loving them no matter their flaws, loving them no matter, yeah, their flaws or the difficulties you're having with them. Yeah. Oh, your partner's on the deal. Okay, I nailed that. Yep, your husband and you are partners on the deal. Yes. So that energy, grow and invest. Yeah, because okay, there you go. That's what it is. Your husband and you are partners on this real estate deal. Yes. So focus on your relationship is what I'm getting, because that's going to be the heart of it, and probably going forward. So whether or not this deal happens, the bigger issue Spirit is saying is that relationship. And I'm going to say, because the card is upright, it can be a very balanced and beautiful relationship. Okay? It's not upside down. So, yeah. Wow, that is really interesting. Okay, see, and she didn't tell me that, but I'm like, yeah, there's two people involved in this, and they're a couple. Whether it was the buyer or her. Wow, interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Nice. Yeah, I won't put that up, but I see what you're saying with to take it to the next level. That's beautiful. Yes. And so, like I said, this card is telling you there's a lot there, right? The lovers, there's that spiritual component, and they're face to face in the card. So, yes, it's very much about loving them, being open-hearted and accepting, not blaming, not trying to be too angry, just really accepting them, and that's going to bring more of the love. So yeah, that is very cool. That is very cool. Thank you for telling me that, because that sometimes I'm like, well, I don't know, that seems really off, but it really isn't. Even it's my intuition that the card is accurate. So even if I can't, it's like, oh, I need more info, because that's only one card. So you clarified it for me. Yes, exactly, really good. Hi, Kiki. So who was next? I do want to try now. If I miss you, don't get mad. Vintage, you were next, I think. I did MZ. Yes. So we were talking about manifesting, and that's why I was like, I can also just pull cards, because you can kind of ask what vintage do you, okay, trying to manifest my artistic career growing. Get some tea. I'll be here for, I'd say, about another 10 minutes. So get some tea. If you're watching in the replay and you're like, well, I'm not really getting a card draw, something that I'm going to say will resonate for you. So if you're not able to be here right now with us live and you're watching this in the future, stick with it because something I'll say will resonate for you. Okay? Or you wouldn't be watching it on the replay. And you guys who are here live, I'm so happy that you are. Yes, you're welcome, Grow and Invest. Yes, definitely. I'm going to put the quickest way is to assistant at In the Flow of Magic. So guys, I am going to be doing a group coaching, my goddess group coaching. Like I said, I have not had it for a while because there was so much going on. But I want to, Spirit is saying that there are a group of women who would benefit, including myself. I am going to benefit from leading it because I'm manifesting my trip to Italy and my scouting trip and so on. So for vintage. Whoa, there's something about past lives. Wow, that's deep. I'm laughing because I'm like, whoa, I get this card sometimes. Vintage, come for a full reading. So this is the card, you guys. Okay, do you see all these, like they're trying to show all different kinds of people. Look at how they're dressed differently. They're different times. Okay, it's hard to see, I know. They're different costumes. Your issue with the artistic career, because that's what I took the question as related to, is a past life issue. So perhaps, you know, you have tried before and maybe were, what do I want to say? You know, we're given a hard time about your creativity. There's some sort of trauma, basically, I'm saying, past life related vintage to the issue you're going through now. Okay. I know that can feel frustrating because it's like, what do I do? My past life is messing up my current life. I will have my shaman friend on. Okay. Watch for that. I'm definitely going to have an interview with her. She's very, very gifted. That is the type of thing that, yeah, I don't really work with past lives in that way. So it is helpful though, because it lets you know this is something that it's not something you're doing now. It's something that's almost like a carryover. Okay. So vintage, I'm going to pull one more card for you. So it's past life. Let's see what we can find out. You know, maybe there could be so many, but obviously some negative impact that it had that is still coming through in this life. Okay, let's see. For vintage related to your artistic career. Guys, everybody take a breath in with me. Tune in. Okay, this card wants to come out. Huh. So yeah, it might be, there's some sense. You got the Page of Wands reversed. Again, the reverse, as someone made me realize too, could mean this is an inner thing, but this is very much about starting, about getting started. This is a page. A page is a young person, and it's about getting started with your creativity. Okay, so there's something, the past life, yeah, related, and I get that even from your question, to maybe getting it going, because this was reversed. I pulled it this way. So you may feel a little bit stuck in terms of trying to get that fire. The wands are about fire and that bursting, growing creativity, that bud of creativity. You know, you can see all the warm colors, the yellow, the oranges. It's a fire energy, which is about transformation and creation. And so, yeah, it's a past life issue for you where you may feel held back. Vintage, let me know if that resonates for you. So, yeah. King's Equine Therapy. Oh, hi, Nancy. That is a new name. Everybody's changing their name. What's going on? What is going on here? Hello. Hi, Nancy. Great. Yes. Yeah, and that can happen. The newness. So, yes. How are you, Nancy? How are you doing? R&B, welcome. So, and then I'm going to read Vintage gave a response. Yeah, to that past life. I know that's tough. Like I said, I get that quite a bit. If you're a spiritual person, I really believe this. Sometimes the past life stuff, that's hard to explain. It's not that it's more present. You know, you're evolving. And so I feel like you might be more affected by past lives because you're spiritual and you're evolving, and so it's like you're trying to grow from all the different lives that you go through, all your different lifetimes. So let's see what Vintage says about that. I'm raised by artists, but I've always had a lot of insecurity about my art. Yes. And it makes it hard to put it out there. Very sensitive about it. And it would make sense it's past trauma related. Absolutely. Because it's like if you, especially if you were raised by artists, it's not like you were raised by lawyers who are like, oh, that art stuff, you're not going to make any money. Or, you know, even if you saw your artist family members struggle, you'd think you'd have a sense like, that's something people do though. So yeah, it's definitely coming from past life. You know, maybe you can find someone trusted in your area, Vintage. Like I said, my friend, her name is Betty. I want to have her on within the next couple of weeks. And she does, so what she does like, a lot of times, you guys, even psychologically, a psychologist would agree with this. They might put it in different ways. But say you had some childhood trauma, they feel like a part of you can split off. So shamanically, we call that like a part of yourself, like a lost part. I'm not getting the right word, but it's literally like a part of you. Say somebody yelled at you about your art when you were little. That part of you kind of gets shattered and almost breaks off and literally like freezes at that age. Say that happened when you were 5, a teacher like laughed at something you did. Part of you kind of breaks off, you guys, and separates and doesn't kind of mature with the rest of you. So what my friend does is that retrieval of parts of ourselves. And I've worked with her. It's been very powerful. And it actually was related to being an artist. So Vintage, really, you might want to get on my list if you're not already. And remember, I can't, you know, I don't know. My list actually has like 1,000 people on it, which is great. So do assistant at In the Flow of Magic, and I'll add you to the list if you're not already on it. And I'll try and announce when I'm having her on. Okay. Yes. And Vintage says, I think I have a lot of ideas, but it's hard to put my art out there. I make art and then never post it. Yes. Vintage, my friend who passed away was the same way, made beautiful art, absolutely beautiful. People loved it. He was working on a tarot deck when he passed away. He was working on a beautiful tarot deck, and he kept, oh, I don't like the High Priestess now. He was almost finished, right? He finished all the major arcana, you guys, right? Oh, I don't like how they look now. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. I'm going to work on it. I'm going to work on the Hierophant. I'm like, keep going. Just keep going. No, 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 no. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. They don't look as nice as these other ones. So I'm going to go back. So we just kept doubling back and doubling back. So as artists, we have to really push ourselves. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just put it out there. Let it go. Okay. I'm laughing because this is like the quintessential artist problem. Those of you who are not artists always, many of them have trouble putting their art out there because they feel it's not quite good enough. And so they hold on to it, and then nobody sees it. And then they feel terrible. And they're like, ah. And it's like almost like an artistic constipation, Vintage. I'm going to call it what it is. It's artistic constipation. It's not good. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to turn my lights on and give me a yes if you lost fragments. Exactly, MC. Yeah. Yeah. I think she calls it, is it soul retrieval? But yes, a part of you breaks off. Imagine if anyone, a woman or a man, were raped. That part of you was deeply traumatized, especially if like it happened when you were really young. And you know how sometimes we've seen in movies where people don't even remember something? How does that happen, right? Part of you, to protect you, just breaks off and almost stays frozen. So yeah. So Vintage, I would say if you have someone, or you can get a recommendation, or if you're willing to wait, see what you think of Betty. You know, because a shaman, they also work at a distance. You don't have to be there with them. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Get a cup of tea. Hey, Percival, do you want to come say hello? Percy. Percival the cat is healthy. Those of you who know, he went through a life-threatening, and interestingly, it was his kidneys. I also believe, those of you who are watching, I know, you'll get it. Our animals often have similar illnesses to us because they literally are like an energetic overflow for us. Sometimes they're literally, in fact, my friend said that for me. My cat Percival was, I forget if it was either taking my energy or trying to send me energy. So the cat, you guys, what it had, and I know it's fairly common and it is more common with male cats, it is a male cat, but in a very short time, like I basically fed him for a very short time some dry food and he got really sick, like kidney issue. And so it's interesting because I was just talking to you about me with the kidney issues. So our animals, their moods and their energy is closely related to us. Okay, that is absolutely the case. So, oh, you're working on a tarot set. Guys, I'm sorry. I am sorry. This is so bizarre. I did not know that. My friend who passed away was working on a tarot set. I mean, I know, a lot of artists are, but that's still pretty interesting there. You've done 5 cards. You keep read. Oh my God, no, vintage. So you were meant, this might even have been why I came on. Yeah, you're doing the same thing my friend did. Don't do that. Let them go. Let them go. Done is better than perfect for all of you watching. All of you, right? I don't want to go say all your names, but this is for all of you. Done is better than perfect, because vintage, how are you going to get better? Like if you keep doubling back and doubling back, you won't be able to complete. So it's about letting yourself complete. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, you can see it's a very, very, yep. And that's soul retrieval, fragment retrieval. Yes. Good. It's so nice to see you. You're doing good. It's been a while. You have birth. Oh, perfect. Yes. I think we did a reading a while back. So that is fantastic. Yes, yes, yes. That's fantastic. You've birthed a new business. That's awesome. Yes, Percival's doing well. Were you here when I see, because your name is new to me. Did you change your name? Did you have a new name? Or you're just glad Percival is doing well? He is. And he's as mischievous as ever. I always say to you guys, I always pick animals when I go for a new cat, because I've had several. I always look for the most rambunctious and the most kind of personal to me. And then I later regret it because I'm like, why didn't I just get a lazy cat? Like Percival at night, he'll jump on the bed. I'm like, oh my God. And then he settles in with me. He like snuggles in but he's such a big cat. He like pins me down. And I'm like, then I'm such a crazy cat mom. I don't want to move because I don't want to disturb my cat. So I'm like, my leg is like getting numb and he'll like lay over my leg like this. And I swear to God, the cat's like 16 pounds. That's a lot of weight on a leg. Okay, who am I reading for right now? Oh, I'm so sorry. You just like, yes, it is very hard. It is very hard. And again, to just give some praise and thanks to, it was a dear friend of mine. It was 3 friends of mine, a couple, and then another friend who pooled money together. And I mean, I have to brag about it because I'm telling you guys, this cat got better care than most people. Literally, one of the best veterinary clinics in the country happens to be near me because it's part of a university. You guys, the bill was crazy. Some of you may remember because I did talk about how high I did a GoFundMe, and I gave the money, some of it back to the girl. I say some of it because we did not raise. I want to say the bill was either $2,800 or $3,600 for 2 nights. I think it was only 2 nights, but they did all these tests and they whipped him back into shape. They did stuff my regular vet couldn't do. My regular vet's like, you need to take him up there because they're the experts. I'm like, I'm not paying that much. I love my cat, but this could, like a family in Africa could benefit from this money. And I mean that. I was like, I'm not doing it. And then a friend, like I said, stepped forward. God bless her. And she's like, no, no, that's your baby. That's your baby. And we're going to do this. And they were able to like unblock him, and he stayed unblocked. And now he's on special food, you guys. So please, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that. Kiki, yes. Kiki, do you have a specific question while I wrap up my Percy story? Kiki, I'm going to pull for Kiki. And Vintage, keep working on your tarot set. People need it. People need it and are going to want it. It's going to serve certain people. Same name. I popped in and out while he was. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, so you remember, and you're an animal lover. Again, I'm so sorry for your loss, because our animals, depending on how close, but it can be like a person. Like Percival is like always in the house with me. I'm always talking to him. He's always like relating to me, either like, why are you not feeding me right now? All right. Okay, Kiki, I will pull for you. Absolutely. Glad you're here. Guys, people say this. I'm like, smash the thumbs up button. Will you? Don't like smash, but just press that gently. We're a spiritual channel here. We don't need smashing. We don't need smashing. I'm shuffling for Kiki. I'm so happy to be here. A lot of folks are going to watch on the replay because I do not announce the live, and folks didn't know that I would be live. Again, if you want a card draw and you're here live, just let me know. Let me know in the chat, because I think Kiki is the last one that I have that I'm doing. So if you would like me to pull for you. Kiki. Yeah, here we go. Oh, well, Kiki, you got the 5 of Swords. I don't like this card when I get it. I find it a confusing card, but it basically means there was some sort of battle or conflict. And you came out victorious, likely it's you, okay? Because there's one guy up in the front. It's usually the person who asked the question. But this conflict has left kind of a bad feeling. It's so you might feel victorious, but there's repercussions. Everybody's not happy. There's still bad blood kind of thing. I don't know. That's what I'm getting. You said there's no particular question. Oh, on a certain situation. Okay. Kiki, will you tell me more? Because it helps me to read the card. But yeah, there's some battle. I mean, this could be a divorce. This could be a conflict with someone at work, a boss, coworker. And they're walking away, and they're like, they're like this, but they're not happy. So the card always implies that even though there's a victory for someone feels really victorious. They're kind of gloating. It still leaves a bad feeling, a bad taste in the mouth. So that's why I don't like this card if I ever get this card for myself. So let's see. Oh my gosh. Hello, people. See, you need to come to me for a reading because I'm good. This is what Kiki says. Battling breakup. Battling breakup. You see the swords? Swords are conflict. Okay. Look at these people, head down, crying. So somebody feels victorious, but it's not a clean, good victory. So yeah, I'm sorry that you are going through that. You do need to let it go. I'm going to pull one more for you. You need to let it go. So there are these tears. You see these other folks? You need to let it go, Kiki. Hi, Etienne. I'm so glad you could make it, goddess. Welcome. Etienne is finishing up the certification in my chakra course. Yes, and I just answered for Kiki. Etienne, I don't know if you were here. She didn't want to tell me. They didn't want to tell me what it was. Clarity. It's like, yeah, there's a bad breakup, and there's some lingering feelings is what I could just say. There's lingering negativity here. Okay, so that's just one card. So I'm going to pull one more, see if I can get some more information for you. But yeah, it's not good. It's not a good, everybody's happy. It's not one of those conscious uncouplings, okay? Remember that, you guys? Conscious uncoupling. That was what Gwyneth Paltrow did and some other celebrities, where they have this coach. And actually, I think it's really good, but I'm just being sarcastic, but she called her divorce a conscious uncoupling. Like, it's like they just went like this. Okay. I do think it's cool though. People, the media made savage fun of her for that. And I'm like, yeah, she doesn't want to call it a divorce. Oh my goodness. Guys, I was shuffling, and while I was yakking, the cards, the deck broke open, and this was the card on top. And I think this is what I was supposed to pull for Kiki. Kiki, you'll see why. See, it says friendliness, and it shows these two trees, and see how their branches are intertwined, but of course they're separate. So Kiki, yeah, you might be able to remain friends, is what this card seems to say, but you need to stand in your own space. Isn't that uncanny, you guys? Literally, while I'm talking, the deck just went, and this was face up. So this is the card. I'm going to say that you'll be able in time to be friends, but this card also has the message of don't get stuck in the drama. Stay separate. You have your branches, the branches intertwined, but the roots, the idea is that you're still separate beings and you don't get caught in drama. So yes, you need to move on, but my sense is that you might be able to maintain a friendship. Maybe not right away. Oh yeah, see, okay. Ooh, I was thinking of breaking up with him this week. Yes, well, yeah, if you haven't done it yet, the cards seem to say yes. You need to, there's some sense of drama, but it seems like there's going to be a continuing connection between you two. Yeah, you don't have any bad blood. It's just time. Yeah, that friendliness card that I already put away. Yeah, you could see how that makes sense to what she's telling me. Absolutely, because friendliness. So yeah, I nailed that. Absolutely. But again, don't let, the reason you're having this separation is the card, like I said, has the meaning of don't get caught up in dramas related to this other person. You can remain friendly, but you must establish your boundaries. You must establish good boundaries. And if you do that, you might be able to be friends. So yes, hope that was helpful. Sure, absolutely. Okay. Oh, and I will pull another one. Sure. Maybe it will be something in regards to business. Let me make sure. Hold on. Let me go back up. You're battling a breakup. Yes. Okay. Grow and invest in real estate. I'm not sure. Are you asking for another card draw? Oh, you're welcome, Kiki. Yes. Because, yeah. So again, to wrap up my theme about manifesting, you've got to work on your health, because if your health is, if your energy is low, if your chi or your prana level is low, you won't be able to manifest. And that's why that's my theme, because I'm coming back into being more active on YouTube because of everything was happening. And so I see that with myself. So I thought I'll use that as the teaching. Okay. So the other thing I mentioned, sleep, get your herbs, and get your water. Okay. Those are the main things that you really want to get in order. Now, let me look and see if I can find, like I said, I will be doing a group very soon for women, goddess coaching, where everyone, the idea and what I'm getting from spirit is that it's what I've done before, where every woman has what she's working on. So you'll have your project that you are birthing, right? Or taking to the next level. Maybe it's graduating from first grade. It's going to go, you want to take it to second grade level or get it into high school. So whatever you're birthing, that divine feminine energy of creation and then giving birth. And so it will be a group of women. Okay. We'll meet once a week. This is my goddess coaching. And the group is actually better than individual. Whenever I coach people individually, there's not, because the woman doesn't see other people taking steps. It's hard sometimes. Groups are more powerful because you'll see so-and-so and you're going to have to come back and say how you're doing. It builds an energy. So if you are interested at all, and I'm going to also send it out to my email list. So I'm just going to put it again. You can just write assistant, if I can spell. Did I spell assistant right? Assistant, ASSISTANT S. Guys, I used to spell really well. Assistant. STNT, assistant, however you spell it, at In the Flow of Magic, and we'll add you to the email list, In the Flow of Magic. So this is for women who are serious about manifesting something. It could be a move abroad, because what I'm going to teach you are spiritual techniques, mudras. We're going to do affirmations to basically remove the blockage and get your project going. So if you're interested in that, write at assistant. And again, I think I put an extra S in there. Assistant at In the Flow of Magic, and we'll add you to the list. Okay. So yeah, I can't add you. Oh, okay. I will pull one more. Yeah, glass half full, because, you know, creative people, sometimes they need support. Sometimes you need support. So write at assistant. And again, check that I didn't put an extra S in there. Oh, Bevlyn says Viv is excellent. Thank you, Bev. Thank you. Thank you. That is, in terms of readings, I'm excellent. The coaching, like I said, I like it because the energy is going to be not just me, but the other women there. And it will be co-working. Again, this is my innovation. This is why I love it. We're going to do half the time some spiritual, some woo-woo, manifesting stuff, but then half of the time, it will be an hour-long session each week. You will do your work. So I'll be on the computer, like I'll be there to help you if you have a question, but each woman will be working on her own thing. So if it's a real estate thing, or if it's a small business, she'll literally, we'll all be working together in that time on our like biggest problem, but we'll also have kind of manifesting, energetic time together. So it's a blend of getting stuff done, like kind of just the boring, you know, making the phone calls, sending the emails, as well as spiritual work. I hope to start this, I would say, in about 3 weeks, because I need enough time to let everybody know. So yeah, I'm pulling one more for Grow and Invest in Real Estate. Grow and Invest, just know I don't usually do that. We'll see. Not on the lives, because then other folks are like, wow, I don't know this person. And then they leave because they're like, oh, she's pulling for individual people. So I like to kind of move quickly through, because people's attention spans can be short, but I'm pulling for Grow and Invest. This card wanted to come out. Okay. Yeah, it's still not about business. It's really interesting. You got this card and it felt like it wanted to spin this way. This card is, so an issue for you now is the happy family life. It's definitely around family issues for you, because this is the second card that has to do with family. This is a beautiful card. The 10 of Cups is very much about manifesting a fulfilling, happy home life. Okay. And so you're looking at that. It is reversed. So that can be, you're looking inwardly about how to do this. How do I create this joyous, you see the happy couple, you see children. Now, it doesn't mean that you necessarily want to have more children. Maybe you already have older children, but it's about, this card is like saying a real fulfillment in relationship. And you got the lovers before. So right now, what you really need to focus on is relationship and family. Yeah, that is so interesting. Yes, Atienne, yeah, you want to work on growing your YouTube. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Wow. So guys, this was great. I think I've been on for an hour. It says it up in the corner, an hour and a half. Atienne, I'm going to pull a quick card for you as well. And let's see about growing that. So I just want to thank all the people who were here live, Grow and Invest, Vintage, Sibling Productions. Yeah, Sibling Production, Sharon Eyes Makeup, Glass Half Full. And these are just the folks who typed in something, okay? So I'm going to pull one more card. And MZ was here. Kiki was here. So I'm pulling for Etienne. I want to grow on YouTube. She wants to begin to serve people. Okay. Huh. Let go. There's something about, you're looking at nostalgia, something in the past, something in childhood right now needs to be looked at. You got the Six of Cups, which is very much about a happy time in our life. Yeah, from the past. You might be looking at that. You don't want to get stuck in that. There might be some sense that you are hoping or wishing you could have that back, that time, that happy time in the past. So there's something, Etienne, about that. It doesn't necessarily have to be all the way back to childhood, but some earlier part of your life that maybe you thought was better. There's something around that for you that you want to look at and come back to the present. Don't get stuck in what we call nostalgia, like, oh, it was so perfect when I was like this, or, when I had that. Let go of it so that you can come into the present. Oh, no problem. Grow and invest. Yeah, it definitely, but you got all the relationship cards. You just, between the Lovers and the Ten of Cups, those are the two relationship cards in the whole deck. So the answer is, for you, is focus on relationship healing, inner work, being really present for your loved one, your partner, because that's definitely what your energy is about right now. Yes. Yeah, I mean, those are like the two top. So great, you guys. So again, remember, I put out videos Thursday, and I will do either another video on Sundays or a live. Do join my email list at assistant at In the Flow of Magic. That's kind of the manual way to do it, because I don't have the link right now that would auto do it. You'll also get some free meditations that way when you join. They're like released out to you. And if you are a supporter of the channel, thank you so much for that. They usually get something extra, whether it's a blog post or we do Goddess Circle. So if you'd like to join and become a member of the channel, either here on YouTube or on Patreon, here on YouTube, there's a join button. Thank you so much to all my members. Thank you for your support during all this time that was going on. And yeah, I'm going to be teaching more mudras. Mudras are sacred hand gestures. I'm going to be doing a lot more spiritual videos on spirituality. And then, of course, I'll go deeper for the channel members who support the channel. And like I said, I will be starting that group coaching, the Goddess Coaching. I love that, the Goddess Coaching. I like that name. And like I said, I've had a really diverse group of people in it. I do keep it just to women. I think that when it's just women, sometimes in a mixed group, guys can dominate because their energy is just different. It's not bad, but, they might mansplain to us. Mansplaining. It's just a different energy, just the way I really believe that men need men's groups. They need to be able to hang out with the guys. We're realizing that people need groups where they can feel comfortable. So it's a group for women, the Goddess Coaching. You'll be working on your project. So that's very unusual. A lot of times when different coaches do, it's like, oh, it's just business, or it's just, but this can be anything you're wanting to manifest. This is a manifestation. This is a Goddess Circle, Goddess Group for manifesting. And that's what it will be. The cost will be fairly reasonable, certainly especially if you're going to manifest something with business. And join my list, and I will definitely shoot out an email soon to the whole list talking about it. So Etienne, yes, last thing, she says, I didn't have a happy childhood. I've gone through lots, right? So yeah, there's some sense you're probably still processing that. I put the card back, but she got the card of like reminiscing, but it was reversed, remember, and sort of, which meant it wasn't good times, because upright, the card is about happy times. It has a little boy giving a girl this vase, and it's got roses in it and everything. And it's supposed to be this time of remembering sweetness. So yeah, it might be because the card was reversed that you still need to let go of and heal, Etienne, heal some of that trauma from the unhappy again, reverse that not happy childhood and those memories. The card very much has to do with memories of different times. So it was great to be with you guys. And again, thank you so, so much. Yes, it's so great to see all of you, and many more are going to watch in the replay. Thanks if you're watching the replay and that you stayed all the way to the end through everybody's readings. Probably there was something in it for you. I really believe that, whether it was a card draw that resonated for you. And of course, I also do readings, so you are very welcome. I'm really restarting my work, and so I'm going to put that here. That is in the flow of magic, because I really believe we can live our lives in the flow. And that's what I was trying to support my friend to do as much as possible. But the message for me is that we have to do that. We have to, I like that image of flow, because it's like life is like a river, and we can fight the river, right? Or we can go with it and use that energy to bring us where we should be. So I really believe that, and that's why my website is named In the Flow of Magic. So thank you guys so, so much. And I will see you again very soon. Bye. Oh, Percival, now you're going to come over? You could hear that meow, right? He didn't want to be on camera.